Hello, happy Monday. My name is Michael Leeserman here with the Trial Guides tip of the day. It is June 3rd, 2024, and our tip today comes from Running with the Bulls, How to Win Top Dollar Settlements by Nick Rowley and Courtney Rowley. One technique I use when making firestorm demands is to make them in successive, increasing demands so that every single one of the bulls in the defense camp sees that the risk keeps going up and up. Interesting. I think we've all played with this idea. I have. I'll speak for myself. And what about it? What about the idea of saying, here's our demand. It's a reasonable demand. It fairly assesses what we think the jury's verdict will be in this case, and we're willing to settle for that right now. And every month that goes by, or every week that goes by, we're adding X dollars. Or even just to make another demand and say, all right, 2 weeks have gone by, expenses have increased, maybe our position has increased, and our demand is now, it's not double, but it keeps increasing. Maybe if there's a $20 million demand, then it becomes $20,300,000 and $20,600,000. Who knows? If it's a smaller case, the $150,000 demand becomes a $160,000 demand. Now, of course, you have to really mean it, right? Because if you keep increasing and then they respond with offering you what you had initially asked for, is that going to work the next time? Well, the answer to that is up to the client. So you need the client to be on board, of course, and discuss it with them and ultimately do what the client tells us to do. Still a fascinating strategy and one worth considering. There's a lot of debate. Well, do we even put out a demand? I think that's up to you in your case, again, in consultation with your client. And when you do, I never have a problem. Shouldn't use always or nevers, but I rarely have a problem with being the first to talk about settlement or send a demand if that makes sense. Yes, there is some gamesmanship in that. You're not going to make your first demand at exactly what you will take. Now, I know some lawyers who'll do that. Say, here it is, $6.7 million, and we're never taking a penny less. The problem with that, I think, and I know lawyers who have done that successfully, but then they backed away from it over time, is I think the way the system is structured, the insurance company needs to have some savings, or the insurance adjuster, for the sake of their job, needs to show they negotiated somewhat. Now, maybe if you're one of those few people out there and that just says, here's my number, and hold firm to it, then that adjuster or committee reports to people higher than them, and you become an exception. It's up to you to decide. I think what the Rowleys give us here is something certainly to consider in our case, to make a reasonable demand, and meaning what we think is a fair assessment of what a jury will do, maybe discounted somewhat for the idea that this will be settled. Maybe the adjustment for that is it's a little higher than we think the jury might do, because there's a potential for a huge verdict, and then successive demands to increase those. It's at least one strategy to consider. Let's take a deep breath together now and just be grateful to be alive this Monday. May the work that we do today help to reduce suffering in the world, reduce suffering in our lives, in our clients' lives, and in the lives of everybody. May it help to repair the world. May we fiercely and compassionately champion our clients' causes. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into wherever your sacred place is, whether that's a place of meditation, prayer, or just let the chimes ring over you and remind you it's a great day to be alive. Go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it.